I've been saying a long time that Trinitarians have nothing to add. They can't answer a single one of my 5 deadly questions for Trinitarians. So they're reduced to trolling now, making lame videos, copying people's content. This particular person, Description Plug, has zero originality. Basically, it's a echo chamber of other people's content. Like, he'll play other people's arguments and discussions, but he doesn't have any originality for himself. He can't just create a video and then go through all the scriptures. He basically has to go, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, what's up, homie? I love that verse. That's a really good verse. Yeah, I echoed that, man. What's up, homie? Yeah, I dig that. Can you dig what's up, baby? It's just nonsense, right? So he tags me in a video, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I blocked this person. Why am I even getting notifications? Apparently, I didn't have it off on the custom. So that's taken care of now. I won't get any more notifications from this guy. So anyway, he plays a video about a discussion I had with Anthony Rogers, who, if you watch the video that I have on my channel weeks ago about, Anthony Rogers single-handedly humiliated himself. He had no arguments whatsoever. He basically was shotgunning a bunch of verses, playing the riddle master, trying to come up with this Frankenstein God of 3 persons, theological combat with his own mind, right? Our creators, going to the Young's literal when that's the only translation that has it, and just playing theological hopscotch. Anybody that facts check Anthony Rogers would see that 99.998% of his arguments are just flat out lies and obfuscations and just not true. Like when he says, oh, Jesus says, the authority you have given me. Well, some translations say power. With the power that you have. No, show me where it says that. It doesn't say that. Even Sam Shimon argues that it says power. So the Greek word, yes, is power and authority. But you wouldn't expect Anthony Rogers to be honest. So Anthony Rogers is basically an apologist in his own mind. He's not a scholar. Nobody takes him seriously. That's why he hangs around the sewers of the internet teaching. But nobody takes his information seriously, right? He's well known for being very dishonest when it comes to scripture. So I had the conversation with these 4 amigos here who really had nothing to add. They made colossal errors. They couldn't, even 4 of them couldn't come against my arguments. Okay. I go to their channels. They don't come to my channels because they're cowards, right? Sam Shimon doesn't come to my channel. He comes to my channel to make a snide comment. He'll make his way over to my channel to insult, but he won't come on my channel to talk because he knows that I would single-handedly dismantle their doctrine. So Anthony Rogers and Sam's minions allow them on the channels. So they muted mics, they'll mute your mic here and there. They muted my mic a couple of times during the conversation. They allow Anthony to keep interrupting you. They don't allow him to, act like a mature adult. And I kept saying, Anthony, why do you keep interrupting me? Why can't you act like a mature adult? Well, then answer the question. I did. He didn't like the answer I gave him because it destroyed his argument. So you can watch the video that's on my channel. We all had a good laugh at it. Absolutely, Anthony had no coherent doctrine. He tried to filibust, shotgun a bunch of verses to try and play build to God. But did he have any coherent argument of somebody trying to teach the Trinity? No. Did he present anything where Christ himself argued that he was God? No, he went to riddles and clues. Even Acts 5:42, when Christ leaves earth, the apostles don't go from door to door preaching that Jesus was God. It says they did not cease teaching and preaching that Jesus was the Christ, the Son of God. So not only did Anthony fail in spectacular fashion to address the Trinity, which I believe was the whole point of the video, he went around and played these games trying to patch together his God, and he ended up failing in spectacular fashion. So the very fact these people, they worship Anthony Rogers and Sam Shimon, who Sam is really diabolical, and the Scripture Plug follows Sam, so that shows you what kind of camp the Scripture Plug is into. If he can listen to somebody like Sam be nasty and berate and belittle women and talk about what he's going to do and all these nasty things, then the Scripture Plug is not going to have the mentality of somebody any better, right? He's just going to be the same type of bird of the flock. They flock together, right? The same type of peas in a pod. So I blocked them because they have nothing to add. They have nothing to add but trolling. That's what the Scripture Plug is reduced to, unfortunately, playing content of other people's comments and other people's discussions. How sad is that when you can't even present your own arguments, right? I might engage with him if he could present his own arguments, but he has nothing to add. He has nothing to add. So Scripture Plug, you have nothing to say. So what I would suggest is you get off of YouTube for a while, actually study scripture so you have a better coherent argument, and then come back in about 18 months when you're more prepared. Because right now you're just parodying the lies and deceptions of Anthony Rogers. And it shows, right? The fact that you thought that Anthony Rogers even had coherent arguments during this discussion when he ran around like Bugs Bunny shows that you're not even theologically honest or intellectually honest with a conversation. So that's all I got to say. Trinitarians, stop trolling. Answer my 5 deadly questions that I have posed. You won't be able to do it. So what you're going to do now, you're going to hide off on these little Trinitarian channels and come on and then try to grandstand and talk over people. But even then, 5 Trinitarians against me, they couldn't answer my questions. They ran around and they filibustered and they played Build a God. They failed in spectacular fashion. So enjoy.